Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, here we go. Tonight, we got some Bristol action going on. You know what that means? It's Short Jack Mayhem here for the Full Throttle Motorsports guys here tonight in the trucks. Corey?
Yeah.
I hear you.
So I guess I had to mute. I could hear them talking so I had to mute the voice chat. So I guess they're doing a stage at lap 50.
They do at least one stage here, and then obviously that's the only stage they do. But other than that, I mean, it's actually pretty straightforward. They have pretty good racing here. I like some of the paint jobs, and you'll probably get a kick out of the number 53 because I love what I call his name. He has on the back of his truck, Pepto Joe Flanagan.
Joe Flanagan. Oh, there it is. Pepto Joe.
Pepto Joe.
I wonder
I
where
love
he
it,
came
man. I
up with
love
that.
it. Every time I see it, I love it, man. Pepto Joe. And then you got Bobby Terrell. I always say he's got the stripper truck because he's got some chick on the side of it.
Oh, that's a beautiful World War II airplane looking ride.
They got some good looking, man, paint jobs out here. Some of these guys really do some really good work to them. And pretty good solid field, too. A lot of good, pretty good racing. Obviously, it's Bristol. You know Bristol. This place actually, very popular, amongst NASCAR. Got a lot of history, legacy, and so forth. But, when I raced on it, man, I wasn't a big fan of it. I just never could figure this place out.
Oh, I love Bristol. I can figure it out in about any car. I'd love to put the little mini stocks that iRacing released recently on this track. But
Probably would do pretty short enough track.
yeah, if you keep the RPMs up, it's a banked enough track and it's short enough track for a little mini stock.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't hear nothing for about a week after hearing one, but little 4-banger engine.
Lapping the ears out a little bit. All right. Big field, 200 laps, which, sounds like a lot, but it go by really quick here if you get a lot of green flag runs here in Bristol,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 200 laps, they're clocking around 15 seconds a lap, every 4 laps a minute. Not a lot of time on the clock, and here we go, green flag. What lane do you want?
Yeah, I used to really kind of look at high side here, but when they changed to that temper set, I think you might be able to go low with this track a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you changed a couple years ago when they changed things around here on iRacing, and it went from being like a top side of a racetrack to being bottom most of the time. At least early on, you might see a couple of them stay to the top side, like we see right here in second of Michael Blackner running up on the top side, middle side.
Got sheets on his truck, man. Make you hungry. Get some hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell hot dogs. They're cheap too.
We have, I believe, like 1 or 2 in Ohio.
Okay, so they spread out that far. They're mostly a northern. We got several here, but that's the only reason I know about them. I know about them at first before they got down here. They closed up PA, but
yeah, I don't really know where the nearest one is, honestly.
All right now, man, everybody just staying patient. And, we was just talking about that. It looks like a lot of guys, man, are doing that low line. And, that would bring me back to Bristol, because that was one thing I didn't, is we done the caution real quick. Let's go see what the caution is. Back to the call here in a minute. Like Dave Nestor is man involved. Oh, he just lost it and then had a little help from the 2. Oh, he almost got it. Oh, that punches the inside wall.
Now, you went a lap down, too, in the process.
Yeah, real quick to go that way here. I almost would probably bring me back to Bristol if it would stay bottom, because I think that was one of the things I didn't like about the track. Is I'm not a big topside driver.
I mean, I like banging it off the wall, but, sometimes that wall, it's easy to come out and bite you.
I need no help. I already bang it off the wall.
I still bang her off the wall around Bristol. I'm that kind of a driver. I'd rather run a high side setup than a low side setup.
All right. Cole, man, out front. Blackner right there. Terrell, Burns, Flanagan. Oh, we got loose right here. Is that kind of what we're going to see? Maybe they're just getting, it's kind of a loose style setup here.
I mean, yeah, this track and these trucks, they get a little loose there in the corner, especially early on when the tires are still kind of finding the heat under them. But more like, it's usually like the first 5 laps, and then it's good after that, and then it's like around lap 30 it wants to do the same thing, so you kind of got to baby it, and then you're good for about another 20 after that.
Okay. Have to kind of be like multiple in between there a little bit.
It also depends on where you run the whole time for your run on tires. If you run the bottom, you're gonna not burn it off as bad, but if you run the top or middle, it's gonna bite you a little bit.
Kind of unique coming off the turns here. You know, it's close to. I guess if I had to pick a track, maybe Dover. Dover's one of those tracks that's weird when you come off the turns. It's kind of got a little bump and it could throw you into the wall. Here it's kind of like, it doesn't flatten out, but the front doesn't have as much banking as the turns.
Yeah, the straightaways don't have as much banking.
Yeah,
should have thrown the dirt back on it.
Just throwing the dirt back on? Oh, okay. I don't know how well these guys would have done on that one, though.
Probably pretty good. These trucks handle the dirt.
Oh, they don't have a setup for that anymore, do they?
They can make a setup.
Oh, but then it wouldn't be fixed setup.
They can make a setup and turn it fixed.
Then that would be considered open setup.
No.
If you make a setup for your league, that'd be open setup.
Well, as long as they get an outside source.
An outside source.
Good grief.
Oh, man. One to caution, first time here under the lights, Bristol. Oh, right there, it's the last great Coliseum. That's kind of one of the nicknames for this place. Pace car drops off. Looking at Richie Cole, man, up front here with Blackner, Terrell, and Burns. Green flag. Cole gets a good jump out front of the field, and I guess that's what he wants, man. Just get up and get out of Dodge. Don't get in no trouble. Everybody else is side by side.
Yeah, let them all battle it out, wear down their tires. And you see Michael, he's been running that middle high side this whole early on in the race. It's a little concerning, but I mean, I know where he's at. It's a 50-lap stage. Figure out how the middle high side is going to do for your truck and wear those tires down. See what the tire wear is like.
You know, another thing, not really losing a lot of ground. I mean, and that's another thing we've seen here at Bristol over the years. Used to, again, we go back to that, you know, being a one groove, maybe top side dominant track. Now you actually maybe can run a little bit there, high, low, mid. I imagine if we get a long green flag, one lane will dominate after a while, but you know, early on you can pick and choose a little bit.
After so long, though, I mean, it starts to become the battle of who did save their tires under them, and you pretty much got to fend for yourself. You're on your own. Yeah,
no doubt. Ooh, got a car around in the back. Ronco in the wall. Let me guess. Lost it coming out of the turn. Let's see.
Lost it or you got help?
Yep. What that shows me right there is they are just going in that turn, maybe getting into the throttle a little bit too soon. Or it could be a brake bias issue.
Well, I mean, it's one of the two things there. It's either they're just lifting too much, they're hitting the brakes too much, or they're getting on the gas too hard, too early.
Yeah. Because it looks like it's kind of the middle of the turn.
The way he spun, I'd say something to do with the lifting too much.
Well, let's see how that pans out here. Race goes on. And Bristol, be a tough little track sometimes. Last time you run Bristol?
Spring of 2023.
Okay. A while back.
And that was a cup car. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe the last time I ran on Bristol, it was a dirt.
Street stocks wouldn't be too bad here.
What, for dirt?
Terrell on the back here. He went off the track. I don't know why. Go up front. You got a unique paint job on that thing.
I like the guy in fifth with the American flag looking design.
Yeah.
Patriotic. Okay,
Ryan
I guess
Chapman.
the logo. Yeah.
That is nice.
The bed has the American flag on it, and then the logo, the branded logo on the side and the hood. And then gorgeous design on the rest of the truck. I mean, I give props to whoever made that.
You kind of spread it out a little bit throughout the whole truck, kind of like a. It's kind of wild.
I need to see if I can find a paint shop that made it.
And Pepto Joe behind him.
I mean, you don't have anything on there that says what paint shop, so I don't know.
No. This is a nice truck, though. Got a lot of nice little paint jobs out here. Good bright colors. You can see them on the under the lights here. And maybe
And
also too, when talking about the temperature of the track, could be causing problems here too.
Let's see. The track temp says it's 74, so I can't imagine it's too much of that.
Couldn't be.
I mean, that's temp without them running on the track, so.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
I mean, it probably gets up, I don't know, good 200 something. I don't know. I don't know how the heat dissipation works. I'm not
Heat
that kind of a scientist.
We got some big words going on there. Man. I think Corey's throwing out the scientific words tonight. Woo.
Just ran a hobby stock and I'm all scientific now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, pace car's in. Boy, man, coming up front, he gets the jump. Blackner right there with him with Terrell. Oh, everybody's kind of yeah, I mean, guess one thing I had to look at this track, you just have to be patient. I know you want to try to be aggressive to get what you can early. But like what you said, if the tires do fall off as the run goes on, then yeah, you want to be patient as this thing goes on.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that it takes a little bit for Michael to build up that momentum, build up the speed to get back to where he wants to on Richie out front. Lap 25, so we're roughly about halfway to that stage caution that you heard about.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. It goes by quick here at this track. I mean, it is a short track. Got Jamie Knopf. I had to work on that name for a while. Oh, Knopf. Thought him cough at first, but it's Knopf. Got it down pat.
I guess that's what I was going to say. I don't know.
Yeah, I had to work on it for a while. Had some help from Chad out there. Family members came in.
Look at this track. It is beautiful, though.
It is.
They're running the high side. You got a lot of them running the top side, which is something that I haven't seen a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you see right
kind of
there.
like doing that high side and dive
up.
down to the middle, it looks like.
Yeah, the old diamond in the corner out in the corners around here.
Mixing it up a little bit back here around 13th place spots. You got Lewis Meglin, Glacy, Kenny, Evans back here, Melican.
Little freight train, choo-choo.
Yeah, up front we do. And like you said, there are multiple grooves back here around the back side, around 13th place spot. Ooh. There's what I was talking about, coming off that turn, you saw those trucks automatically kind of like, it wants to send you into the wall with that transition a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely likes to push you up towards that wall. You got to be careful with it. You don't want to.
Over.
Yeah, you don't really want to go up there and bounce her off the wall. It ain't a dirt car. You can bounce her off and stay semi-straight and semi at speed. If you hit it here in a NASCAR truck, you're not going to have a good old time with the right front.
Now, Gracie Solera, they're back here in the back battling it out a little bit around 15, 16 spot. Everybody else kind of single file up front. You know, kind of typical Bristol. You know, I mean, old school Bristol, way back in the day before they redid the whole track. Definitely was a one groove, single file freight train. That's the only way to pass somebody's you bump and run them, or they make a mistake in front of you.
You mean rattle the roll cage a little bit?
Yeah, there you go. Move them out of the way.
He didn't mean to wreck them, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what I say. I don't mean to wreck you. I just mean to rattle your cage.
Sure. We got 2 truck breakaway up front here.
Yeah, I was
Coy,
gonna
Blackner.
say.
Got
Yeah,
2 different
Michael's
lanes
been
we were
working
talking about too. See, Coy trying to do that kind of middle lane, and like Blackner's got more of that middle high lane.
Yeah, he enters high here in the corner, and then he cuts her down low to get all that momentum off the corner. Didn't quite do it as aggressively out of 2. He might
Would that
do
use
here
more
out of
tire
4.
running like that because you'd have to pull that truck
Yeah.
down? Seems like it does. I mean, it seems like it would. I don't know. I mean, obviously,
It does.
scientific wise, but yeah, it would seem fast because, like what he's doing, like you just said, he's diving it up and then trying to just pull it down and just kind of roller coaster it and get the momentum, shoot it off the turn. But by that pulling it back down to the middle, with using that tire is supposed to be kind of smooth throughout the turn, like Coy is. And I mean, right now they're about dead even. I mean, their last lap was 08.06. That's about as close pace to each other as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of 2 things occurring. He's got to send it in deeper than what Coy's doing, and then he's got to pull it down the racetrack while keeping that momentum build up, and it just likes to chew all 4 corners of the tires, and eventually you're going to feel it. But like the short run here, I mean, we're getting close to that stage caution. If he can get to the outside of Coy and pinch him down there, and we're going to have a little caution here. Looks like Lewis Megalin.
Yeah, Megalin. See what happened to him back here in the back. In the 43 machine. And just, that looked like more of a got on the throttle too soon. Too much coming off the turn, and thing just kept spinning.
Yeah, he ate the inside wall, and then he ate the outside wall. Good thing everybody else avoided him.
All right. Not sure if they're just going to call this one the stage caution or not.
Well, I might turn on my voice chat, see if they do say anything.
Brody might be the man. Maybe real quick you can bring him up.
Is there like a race control or somebody?
Brody is the, well, J.C. Evans is race control. Brody is the, one of the owners here.
Alright. Alan gonna get the lucky dog here. So I haven't heard anything on the radio yet. I'd assume if they were gonna call it a stage, everybody would have came in pit road.
Look here. I mean, I know in the past they've had cautions close to the stage. They still do the stage.
Yeah, it's a league by league thing.
Since it's probably, I mean, we will probably go back green here in the next lap or so. Probably still do it. Lap 50.
I mean, I'd assume if they were gonna call it that, you would have seen all the leaders coming.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they would have stayed out voluntarily like this. But, I mean, maybe they would.
Yeah, it's been a good one here at Bristol. Kind of unusual spins here. I mean, the only way to correct some of the spins I've seen is obviously be a little more gentle on the throttle, gentle on the brake, so to speak. You know, you're going to need the back to turn up. Be easier coming off the turn. That's about the only way you're going to correct that issue.
Sounds like they're gonna have the stage caution. They might have like a 1 or 2 lap shootout for the stage. That's wow.
Nice.
All right, good enough. Now Michael does have to be aggressive on the green flag drop. So pace car has shut its lights off. We're gonna see the aggressiveness come out if you want that stage win.
Absolutely. Here we go. Boy, Blackner up front. Set men go green flag here. Always been able to start and get those good jumps off the start. Off on car. Green flag racing.
I'll try to fill in when we get the stage. I mean, you're gonna see it too, but I'll be known that it is stage.
We'll know if the caution flies at 50.
Yeah.
Pace car's in. Green flag, Coy gets a jump. Blackner, look at Terrell. He gets the jump on the inside there. He's going to try to see if he can get second, but man, the run by Blackner off that turn.
Yeah, he almost could have had it if he could have cleared Coy, and he might get her off turn before they make a little bit of contact. That was a little dicey. Here we go. I think they might call it at the end of lap 50. Can Blackner get the stage win?
He's got the momentum coming off the turn.
Yeah, he does. There you go. Stage winner, Michael Blackner.
How? Able to take that thing away from him. Boy, actually gave up that top side, so man, been a good one here so far. First stage here tonight.
I think they only do one.
They only do one, yeah. Got our Full Throttle Motorsports guys here tonight, folks. I'll tell you what, I'm going anywhere. Be right back. Take a quick commercial break.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words, passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community, are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience. with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, it makes everything a lot better.
All right, we're back here, folks. Getting set. Lights off on the pace car. Getting set to go back green here tonight, Bristol style. Jamie Knopf getting the jump out front here. Great pit stop. I don't know how he got a total pit time of 0.78. Man, he had lightning speed then. Flag.
I think both him and John came in on that one. Yeah, they did come in on the lap 45 caution.
45. But still, it shows a total pit time 0.78 for Knopf and a minute for Burns. So they had blazing times. Boy back in third, he's able to get away, top three. Meanwhile, big battle happening around fourth and fifth. As Blackner chased the truck a little bit.
Yeah, got to be careful there. You don't want to burn your tires off now in the last 3/4 of this race. Not sure what they can do on the field. They got 100% gas in these trucks. I think
they
could
go the whole way.
I think they could.
150 laps, maybe.
Says 130 for me, but
130.
it ain't adjusted, so they might split it in two if they all know they ain't making it.
Well, if you go 130, let's say you can go 130, let's just say 100, give or take. You just went 50 laps before you pitted. Obviously, if you can go another 100, it's going to be close, yeah. I'd say one more pit stop.
Yeah, they got to at least pit once.
I think tires are what's going to be more important than what the fuel is. I think tires, you're going to be screaming for tires.
Yeah, I mean, how far do you want to push a set of tires? Did they feel good after 50 with a couple of cautions? How are they going to feel after 50 if we go green the rest of the way?
Benjamin out there says 125-ish full tank. Yeah, I think the tires is what you're going to scream at first.
I'd say
if it is 125, I think you're going to take it to the 125, even if your tires are like falling off the truck, just because. Kind of extreme, but I mean, you're still going to take it there. So, in a nutshell, we're probably still going to see another green flag stop. Now the question is, when do you take that stop? Do you take it at lap 80, lap 100, or do you take it at lap 140, 150? That'll be the question. Or caution flies. Never know.
When did we get green? We went green about
53, 354.
We went back green around like 57, so
Me pitting 140, 150.
I mean, I would at least take it 70 laps or so, get up to 128. I'd take it about 130 and beyond as much as you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah,
split it up into two segments. It's really all going to be in control of whoever decides to come down first, and
no caution.
Then comes back out. Yeah, no cautions. We cannot have a caution. If there's a caution, it just throws everything out.
Pepto Joe, man, had a bad pit stop. He must have up front there, and then all of a sudden back. I really can't tell what happened to him because his pit stop, Corey, is 14-second one, but his total pit time is 1.12. So he had a 1 second in and out. I'd have no clue what's going on with this pit total time thing, man. It's all over the place.
No, I don't even have that on my end.
It's just a link.
Yeah, I still have it.
On live timing? I'll show you on live timing.
Yeah, it does, but It's not an option, or if it is, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I thought it was on the laptop.
No, I have.
Well, for some
count.
reason, it's all over the place because some guys are showing 59 seconds total time, some are showing 2 seconds total time, and some are showing 0.47. I'm like, wow, those are fast guys.
I mean, I have their pit time, but not the total pit time.
Well, right now the total pit time's kind of wild.
All right, it's kind of bugged out.
Yeah, it's kinda
Well, no. I was gonna say how it has dual pit road. Maybe it's messing with some on your
it
SDK,
could be that.
but
Yeah, it could be flabbergasting it a little bit.
yeah.
Right now up front, Knopf, the man out front, leading. Boy right there in second. Trying to run him down. Last lap, I mean, doesn't look like Knopf has fallen off too much. He ran he ran 13 that time to 06. Before it was 03 or something, so they're kind of like back and forth with each other.
Yeah, they're pretty much doing that. Don't do that. All right,
No.
that was a wall.
Ow. We were just talking about that earlier, how easy it is to come off that turn and just slap that thing.
Put a little dent in the right rear, the victory fuel truck.
Mm-hmm.
Won't see
Bobby
victory
Terrell
if
right
he
there in
doesn't.
third. Catman. Blackner. Got Burns back here with him. Kenny. Through the field here. They're battling back here around 9th, 10th place spot.
Yeah, and see mix of lines here. You see a few of them up top, a few of them running the bottom. Top 2 running bottom. The next 3 in line are top side warriors. Trying to... I don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They're trying to do something. I was going to try to make a Bristol statement or a Final Coliseum statement, but I don't know what I could say. I was going to say something about a knight and a sword, and I don't know. We're going to leave
They're
it
looking
at
good so far. That's what
that. Slade the Dragon? I don't know. I'm going to quit thinking about it.
TJ Bartel here around 11th. Gracie. The field's kind of spread out with that pit stop. It's kind of unusual because that was a caution style pit stop. Usually you'd see, man, with a green flag pit stops, it gets spread out a little bit, but field has kind of gotten spread out a little bit with this.
Yeah, the field's kind of evenly spread out. I mean, you got a couple of different packs, unique packs they're running around here, and top 2 are all together, and 3 through 5. 6, he's all by himself, all by himself. And 7,
All alone.
About 11 fall in a little
You
group.
talk about that 6th place guy, he's got like 1-6 in front of him and a second behind him.
12, he's all by himself. Then 13 and 14, they're running in a little group together. 15 about to catch up to him. Pepto Joe.
Battle man here, because it could become a battle at any time. It's around about 9th, 10th spot. Zimmerman. Got, I'm going to say Milliken. Got one that's called Milliken, and then you got Milliken. The only difference is one has an E, one has an I there in the end. Which I do not see the other one here tonight.
Oh, I was about to say, where do you see the other one?
Yeah, he's not here tonight.
It's like Pelican both an L.
Yeah.
And M.
Yeah.
Melican.
Milliken. Yeah. Go with that. Been a good race here. Guys been really patient. We're talking about old Pepto Joe back here. He's coming up to the front. I get a kick out of
Got a
that
battle
name
for the lead?
every time I see it. Battle for the lead. Oh, Knopf.
Kinda. Ish.
He's coming up on lap traffic.
Never mind.
It might play a factor. Oh,
No.
caution.
Oh, we got one upside down, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Go back and watch again and see what happened. Shooting fireworks off here where I'm at.
No, are they?
But the fair's in town. Watching this replay right here. I think it's a 16 it got. He goes to the
28.
inside. And oh, it's a 28 he got there, and then boom! Oh no, it actually was
It started 28
that was
and
Bartel.
ended up to 20.
Bartel is on his roof. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
that. Honestly, that was a kind of cool hit.
He got Eagle One on his
I'm gonna
side.
give him style.
He looked like an eagle. Fly like an eagle.
I'll give him style points on it. It looked
Style
cool.
point.
We ought to have a race one night where the best hit wins.
The best hit.
Best wreck.
We're on board.
You
with
like,
him.
you get like a bonus point.
Well, he's upside
Everybody's
down.
coming.
Usually the truck man flips back over, but his didn't.
No, this didn't want to come back on its wheels. It wanted
Nah.
to sleep. It was tired. It's past its bedtime.
Pit stops. We were talking about it earlier. Technically, they could go the distance, so who, barring no more cautions, which I'm obviously short track is Bristol, who do you think might would gamble? It's got to be somebody to gamble. Didn't know I could sing. Thomas is out there. He said, I didn't know. Hey, man, look, that was my job before I got on iRacing. I was an aftermarket musician, which meant you ever get those Wish style parts? That was me. I was a Wish singer on Temu.
Temu didn't exist back then.
Hey, AliExpress then. I don't know.
AliExpress didn't exist back then either. Oh,
It did before iRacing. Well, they had something, man, from China. I don't know. It was something.
Thomas,
Hey.
we're gonna need to have him kicked out.
Hey,
Hard to
look,
find good
we're
work.
just jealous because he can't sing. All right, caution. Them flying trucks tonight here at Bristol. We've seen a lot of good pit strategy here. Boy, Knopf, Terrell, Chapman, Blackner, Burns, Johnson, Zimmerman. Old Joe was able to get back up there tonight. Gracie rounds the top 10. Lights off on that pace car. Go, set to go green. Bristol style. So we just talked about it at pit stops earlier, Corey, is technically they could go the distance, but I just
No, I
don't.
don't think you do.
But yeah, I don't think
Green flag.
we're going to see the
green
end of a
flag.
caution.
I think if it goes green, I think you gotta go to the end. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just can't see
Especially if you're out
where.
front.
I mean, if you pit, even up front, you're gonna go like 2-3 laps down under green.
Okay.
It's a big risk. I mean, everybody's gonna have enough fuel to make it to
Oh,
the
never
end.
mind.
Never mind. There's a
Oh,
caution
somebody got Pepto in
there.
that
Oh,
one.
and they're still hitting.
Man. Pepto Joe.
Oh, the Caterpillar.
Caterpillar
Kitty
got
cat got-
involved.
Kitty cat got bit. Clawed.
See what happened here. They were side by side. Flying off the turn. Oh, he just lost it, and I did. Pepto nowhere to go there, Joe. 7 in it. Oh, the 36 came in, nowhere to go. Hmm.
And the 7 ended up getting a meatball.
Ouch. So more of that. That one right there looked like probably just got on the gas a little too soon in that rear end. Said, you know what, I'm gonna keep coming around and meet you in the front.
No, that's more of a lifting too much. I've had that happen here before.
How was
It
he coming
happened
off
a
the
couple-
turn? How's he gonna lift coming off the turn?
He was mid corner.
Well, why would you be lifting mid corner?
You're off the
Corey,
throttle
seriously?
mid corner. You're off the throttle mid
You're
corner.
way off the corner, off the throttle by the time mid corner. If you're not, something wrong. You're definitely coming around. Corey, give us a program.
No.
I can watch it one more time. If you in the middle of the turn and you now lifting in the middle of the turn, something's wrong.
I mean, depends on how deep you send it.
Corey, you definitely gonna wreck. You send it that deep.
I've driven Bristol.
You know I'm right. I don't want to hear it.
Well, if he wasn't
Right there,
about to get
middle
back,
of the turn, that means he was either still on that throttle or something, or just getting back on the throttle, man, in the middle of the turn where he started to come around.
well, if he wasn't
He should have been
concerned
off
on,
that gas way before then.
well,
I mean, in the
Marshall
middle
wasn't
of the
too
turn,
concerned.
you're going to tell me,
Uh-huh.
okay, in the middle of the turn, in the middle, not going in the middle.
Well, if he wasn't
He's
concerned on
just
damage,
now
let's
coming out.
drag
So that
him
means
up.
he was wide open going in the middle, which again, he shouldn't have been wide open going all the way to the middle of the turn.
Let's
not at
drag up
Bristol.
Marshall. See what he has to say. See what he did. See what
Who's
he
Marshall?
did wrong. The guy they wrecked, 9.
Nah,
See
I'm
how
not
you're.
bad. I don't believe it.
Alright.
Made that mistake before.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got to be mad
That's
about
Thomas
it
out there.
himself.
What do you think? Thomas, if you're in the middle of the turn already, if he's
You
just
gotta keep the
then coming
throttle.
off the throttle, that means he's going through the middle of the turn wide open. At Bristol, of all places. That's like in Martinsville. I'm going to go into the turn all the way to the middle wide open. That ain't going to work. I'm meeting a wall by the time I get through that turn. Now we know how Corey races. Good luck, Thomas, man, with the mini stocks.
We are
Wide
doing
open
mini
in the
stock.
turns. Bam.
Actually, those do.
He
gotta
just gave
run
himself
wide
away
open.
right there. Corey did.
They do got to run wide open. I just ran him on a dirt track.
He just gave himself away.
Yeah, they
Wide
got to run
open.
wide open.
Bam.
Oh.
Go back green. Lights off on the pace car. Well, you ain't going wide open, man, in a truck. Let's just say that.
No, you want to bet? I could probably do it.
Well, probably cool. We ain't gonna turn out well for you. Let's just say that. Corey, the jump out front. He's back out there where he wants to be. Knopf right behind him. You got Blackner, man, and Chapman there with him. Zimmerman, Terrell. They're side by side duking it out.
Yes, they are. Blackner as well with Chapman. They're side by side a little bit. You see Blackner, he's got the run off the corner. He's got it cleared.
Yes, he does. Chapman right there along with him, and Zimmerman. 2 by 2. Corey's out front where he wants to be. Knopf trying to run him down. He's been the class of the field all night long here at Bristol. Bobby Terrell right along with him. McKinney, Evans. And you got Cody McKinney. They are related. I forgot what it was. Somebody told me the other week. One of the family members came up and told me. They are related, though. I'm not sure if it's brothers, dad, son, or uncles, or something like that. Another family member.
There. Oh, I see the other McKinney. I seen Cody.
Yeah.
I didn't see the other.
Yeah, Joey McKinney right there in 7th. I know they're related. I'm just not. Somebody told me a couple weeks ago, and hey, look, I'm old. I can't remember.
Listen to this. Thomas says we ain't gonna be on dirt.
That's right.
I just think they're all scared of the dirt.
Got a truck slow. 16 down low.
That's Melican. He was involved in that wreck. He's just getting out of everybody's way.
Okay. Unfortunate part on that one. Able to get back out here. So again, if we go green, what do you think? Pit strategy, because some of them guys didn't pit under that caution. Actually, the top 9 didn't pit. You got Burns was the only one that pitted. Like he didn't take any tires though. He just took fuel. Up in the 8, so it really top 9, 10 did pit. They stayed out on lap 96. Everybody over at 103.
Oh, we got a truck around the 9 out of turn 2. Just getting loose in the corner.
All right, caution. Who we got? Marshall Johnson. See, now he looked like he tried to go in there wide open, and the truck stepped out. He caught it, and then got back on the throttle. Lost it. Maybe a little bit overconfident on the new tires.
Maybe. I mean, he's got damage on that truck on all corners.
Right on board with him to see. He's at 7,000 RPMs. And that thing never came down too much. It only came down maybe 1,000 RPMs throughout the whole entire turn. Just not a lot.
I mean, he's got damage on all 4 corners, and
maybe a little frustration too. Yeah, a little frustration.
These trucks are weird. If you lift too much or you brake too much, the front end digs down onto the concrete, and it likes to snap them loose. So you kind of want to keep the front end lifted up a little bit. Keep it on the throttle.
Let's bring Brandon up here. We'll get a word with him. See if he'll give us the insight. Brandon, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
We've been talking about the track up here, and we're seeing a lot of guys kind of just spin and take it out. And what it looks like to me is just, getting back on the throttle too soon. But tell us how that track's feeling real quick.
Yeah, it's definitely loose on entry. I'm being very careful. I pump my brake bias up. It's easy to whip it around here. Definitely loose out here.
All right, I gotta ask, because Corey up here said y'all are going wide open through the whole entire turn.
No, sir.
That's what I thought. You did too. You said they're going wide open.
I said I could probably do it.
Richie might be doing it. He's pretty quick out here, but I'm not doing it.
All right. Well, I tell you what, man. Good luck out there, Brandon.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, that kind of answered our question. I mean, we've seen it slick out there, and yeah, I mean, I knew they wasn't wide open like you were saying earlier. There's no way.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said they were wide open going into the turn. I would rewind back, folks, and go listen to what he said. In a nutshell, though, it's slick, and the only way to counter what they're feeling is basically back to turn up. I mean, you're going to have to. It's a racing turn or road course turn. You're going to have to slow in fast off, basically. You're going to be easy back on the throttle coming off. Can't stab it. But you're going to have to get off that thing a little bit probably sooner. And then you heard him there. Make sure you get that brake bias right. And when you do have to use the brake, so that the rear end doesn't come around on you.
That's exactly right.
All right. Lights back on the pace car. Here we go.
Green.
Coy out front, he gets the jump. Cut off there with him on the high side with Blackner. Everybody side by side.
And you see Blackner from the bottom side of the track. He hasn't really ran there all night, so kind of unfamiliar waters for him. Just trying to be patient. It's probably going to save tire here a little bit. He so desires. And Nick, there you go. That's a spirit. Make a hole.
Yeah. Comes you got to. Got Knopf, Boy and Company here, Zimmerman, Chapman, Blackner. That's your top five.
And everybody's pretty much on the high side here. See, a couple of trucks, they do dip down to the bottom, but other than that, everybody's kind of rolling the top side of the upper half of the track.
Oh, yeah. You know, I go back to what we're talking about going through the turns. Again, you don't use a lot of brake here. Maybe not like what it used to be in the old days before the thing was redone. Because you do have a lot of momentum here. But there is a fine line on getting off that throttle and getting back on it. Especially when you're dealing with this place so simple. Riding here with actually Coy. And you can see there. Used to this track, yeah, it was almost like what a Martinsville was. You really had to get on the brakes in the turns. Now it's kind of momentum. You don't have to. You might drag them a little bit. Second or two, maybe. But you can almost get off the gas and let her just coast. Get right back on it. So we're seeing right here with Coy. And you see he's off the gas. That's Paulson's out. He's way off the gas now. All right, McKinney. What happened to McKinney? Lost in the turn.
Again,
bam!
Just breaking
Joe
loose.
Nowhere to go. Oh no! Why is Joe nowhere to go?
They just keep on breaking loose. Hold on, McKinney might be on the purple app. Let me go over to the purple app. If I can't, I ain't gonna roll it back. That's all right. I'm gonna see if he's on the purple app. If he is, we'll give him a shout out.
Yeah. Probably not very happy right now.
Oh, he ain't doing anything on the purple app.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You can go up there to the live. But nah, I thought they had a live thing. Maybe race broadcast.
You're thinking of the Saturday.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe race broadcast, no, but... Okay. Well, caution here tonight. Been a good one so far. Tell you what, we'll step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a few.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, it makes everything a lot better.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words, passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community, are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
All right, here we go. We're back in green here at Bristol. Boy, the man out front so far. Been off there behind him, Zimmerman. And they still didn't pit. Top ones didn't. Okay. Must be saving.
What? I mean, I was gonna say they didn't get too many laps in, but they did get a significant amount of laps in.
Yeah, they did.
So I don't know.
I
would've
remember we
figured
take it
somebody
back
would've
to that they could go all the way if they wanted to.
Yeah, but I was thinking more tires. Then again, they all probably only have one more set of tires, so they're all kind of saving it up for the if there's a caution towards the final
I say
portion
if
of the
there's
race.
another caution, I'm coming in, even if I got one set. Because by that time, it's going to be less than 50 to go.
Yeah, we're gonna at least get there somewhere near 50 to go here. Somebody's got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Jug, it ain't too late. Get on the racetrack.
Yeah. Okay. Jumping on there now. Get on there on my controller. Did that work out good?
Sure. You're only 146 laps down, but I think you can make them up.
I'm coming back, though, guys. I'm coming back. Give me the wave rounds. That's what they're going to do.
We're going to have to red flag it. You're going to have to run all 150.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I just battle heat up back here around about 6-7. Blackner. Carroll. Burns coming in the picture there, too. Those two guys are going high. Burns taking a low line approach.
And that's saving tires a little bit, assuming he ain't running it too hard.
You know, and we were talking about that earlier there, Corey. Now, I sense the information we know from Zimmerman, and yeah, it might be the saving tires, but is it more dangerous since that track is now looser, or it's a loose style track? Going low, we know sometimes that's easy to break loose as opposed to going high, because that's usually what you do on maybe a real slick style track, is because you want that momentum throughout the turn instead of trying to force it. So is it a give and take type of thing here? I mean, your risk versus reward?
Well, the problem is the bottom end, or I mean the front end bottoms out a little bit more when you're running the bottom, and the other problem is, see right there, you just can't quite carry the momentum out of the corner because you got a truck on your outside when you get to the exit.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yeah, really fast. You got to be able to do it. Why you seen it so kind of hard for him to pass there. Blackner catching him. He right in front. Excuse me, Burns catching him. Blackner right there holding on the back end of Terrell, which obviously if we go here on the nose view of Blackner, I mean, why would he want to get around Terrell? I mean, he's got a beautiful picture in front of him there you can look at.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Blackner, you're not going to attempt to even pass the 14 truck there, Terrell, to I mean, that's only one spot. That's another point, but even so, you put yourself at the risk of the Burns going to your outside and stealing away your spot. But you see Burns.
Burns on the inside now. Woo,
Yeah, he's
you got a
kind of
little
making it
loose coming
work.
out there.
Yeah, he's making it work here. Not sure how long it's gonna last out for him. If he can get those two separated, we got a lap truck.
Hey, here's
in
what's
front
going to
of
these
him.
lap trucks. Here's what's going to get interesting. And I think Blackner knew it, and he had to just say, okay, I got to go single file because I'm about to get boxed in. Darrell was able to get around on the bottom side. Burns looks. Burns pitted at lap 103, but he did not take tires. He only took fuel, so I said if he had a little advantage on tires, but no, just that low line to his advantage.
Yeah, he's definitely been saving the tire running the bottom side. It's just got to make them one at a time. He already made one up. He wants to get by Terrell before we get too far into it. He does it there, and now he's pretty well set fourth on to trying to get to Zimmerman.
Absolutely. It's the sights on Zimmerman's. The backside there, you got Blackner and company. They're going to battle it out. Terrell. Everybody goes single file now.
That was a clean pass. That was an easy and quick. So Burns definitely, what kind of lap time he's? If I could read. He ain't quite the quickest truck on the track. That goes up there to Knopf and Coy.
Absolutely.
Line is Jamie running. Oh, they're running the bottom.
Yep. Boys there. Yeah, they're both on the bottom. Knopf there with them. Chapman about 3.5 seconds back. Third. All by himself. Could have Burns maybe trying to close up. Burns one of the fastest on the track right now. Picking it up.
Yeah, he just ran a 15.3 there. So he's one of the. He is the quickest truck on the track that last lap by. He's got to get around Ryan Chapman in a few short moments. He'll catch up to him. After
That's winding
that,
down. I mean, at some point you got to stay out, and what you got is what you got. I'm going to say Coy and Knopf. Even if there's a caution, I'm going to say if there's a caution even at lap 180, I don't know if you give up the lead even then.
I don't know. I think I would. For tires.
If
You might
nobody
have
else pits in the back.
Nobody else pits in the back, then
Yeah.
I
you're in
mean,
trouble.
no, but I mean, even still, it'd be you gotta have it fun. I mean, 20 to go, you can pass up some trucks on. If you're the only one with fresh tires, you could pass them all up. And there's only 9 of you on the lead lap right now.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, as long as you're the only one that comes in for tires, you could pass 8 trucks in the final 20.
Good. But look, there's not going to be double file. It all depends on where you're going to be at. You don't get caught up behind somebody and caught in a mess. 20 laps goes by quick here. Battle for 7th, though. I don't know. I got a feeling, obviously, if you're back there around 8th, 9th, yeah, you're going to come in the pits anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a toss-up on the lead
lap
part.
has to go.
Toss-up on the lead.
I mean, especially Terrell. I mean, he's almost fallen back to the last car on the lead lap. He's in 7 and 9. So if there is a late race
he took tires
caution.
at lap 96 also.
Yeah, everybody pretty much did, other than maybe Nestor, but that might have been damage control too at the same time.
Now I'm going to say Burns probably took tires at the 96, but then the 103 he just took fuel.
Yeah, he did something weird.
Yeah, because that truck, he's on rails right now. Looking back here, Solera, 7th, 8th place spot battle going on. Terrell, like you said, Terrell's kind of falling off the pace just a little bit. Gonna get about 25 to go here soon.
Oh, I hear crunching. Somebody was crunching a wall.
Oh, that ain't good.
Look at this stack up we got going on. Woo.
That's close. Here's where you gotta be
Oh,
patient.
They are stacked up in here. Actually, this is like 6th back to 9th, 6th back to 8th, and a couple of other lap trucks mixed in on the situation. We got the 9 truck. It has maybe some fresher rubber, and McKinney there, the Cody McKinney on fresher rubber than
Johnson
everyone else.
Put it on lap 128. So what I'm seeing, even with the newer tires, yeah, it's a little bit of advantage, but it's not. I mean, if you were caught way, way far back, it's not going to make up the ground. At times, basically going to run
They got
out here.
damage.
Get a little damage in this place, guy. Road track.
Yeah, kinda. Aerodynamics actually do play a big effect here at Bristol nowadays.
Yeah, since the repave, back in the day, it was no big deal.
Yeah, back in
saw
the day,
Harry
you could have
Gant.
no fenders.
I know you probably don't know who Harry Gann is, but
I know who Harry Gant is.
back here, that man, I seen him run without a front end and still finish like top 5. It was like crazy. I mean, I was like, wow.
See you drive without a front end.
Well, I mean, those cars back then a lot different. They weren't aero dependent back then. Drive the wheels off of them back then. Hang on.
Well, they didn't have the damage clock.
Yeah, they didn't have all them dumb rules.
Yeah, they didn't have 10 minutes to fix a car.
Well, I mean, it don't
Or
take
8.
long, man, to rip the front end off and go back out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you could. But then again, they don't ever bring out the Sawzall to chop some fenders off. I don't even
Nah.
know if NASCAR allows it nowadays. They probably don't.
Well, if anybody knows out there, maybe in the chat, I'm going to say the sheet metal is probably way different than what it was. Probably was a little more heavier. I mean, not much, but thicker wise, let's say, maybe. And that's why they did. Because now it just seems like today they just kind of pull that stuff off with ease. Richie Cole still out front with 16 to go. He keeps this up. I'm going to say it's safe to say at this point, he's not coming in.
Nobody's coming in, but definitely, I mean, if we see this late race caution at some point, yeah, that might occur. I mean, Nestor hit the wall, so he's got a tight truck he's fighting. Oh boy, hang in there.
Nestor.
Yeah, Nestor's fighting a tight truck, and he's 3 wide. Don't put the truck tight.
Well, a big way to combat that one is basically just let off the throttle. Go Ryan. Chapman says go Ryan. Where's Ryan at? Let's see where Ryan is. Ryan Chapman. All right, he's up to 4th. That was a pretty good run too. Good looking truck. That's that one you like, by the way.
Uh-huh.
You know who painted that, by the way? Corey wants to know if you know who maybe painted that.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the dad, though. I think the dad's chatting under the name. I think I made that mistake the other week. I was asking who it was. Either way, do you know who maybe painted the truck for him? Or did he paint the truck? It's a good looking truck.
Yeah, and we got lap traffic here in front of Coy. I don't know if it's gonna really affect him a whole lot to help out Knopf, but it is
affecting him all night long. He's good.
I mean, he does got the trucks on the lead lap in front of him, and there's McKinney. He just lets them on by.
Got to run down Terrell, who was the last one on the lead lap there in 8th place spot.
And Melican just about hit the wall. He does hit the wall.
Zimmerman will be next. Man, Richie Cole, man, right now, Woo, rails.
If he can get through his lap traffic smooth like he is doing, Knopf has nothing on him.
No. He's
He just doesn't need to see a
back,
caution.
almost 3 seconds back.
Knopf wants to see one of these lap trucks, looper or something. Hit a wall, throw out a tire.
Probably going to lead, what, about 5, 6 trucks right now in the lead lap. Makes us pass
Yeah.
on Zimmerman.
6.
Woo. Ow.
Up your Tony and a caution comes out. I mean,
Tony.
you're at the mercy of whatever the other 5 trucks do.
And Jamie back here, he's got a good second and a half over Burns. He's got 5 seconds here over Blackner. Running in 4th. Another second, so they're pretty spread out, top 5. And Chapman, he's got 3 seconds over Solera. And then Blair, he's got good solid 2 over Zimmerman. So yeah, your old top group all spread out really well right now. We got 2 to go. We're getting the white flag.
If they were gonna wreck, they ought to do it now. That's the last call for another caution. We're gonna see the white flag. They can kill each other, kill the wall. They can do whatever they want.
We've seen it in the past. Richie Cove been dominating all night long. Got one more time. White flag here. Couple more turns to get it done. Does he press the issue here? Try to take Tony. Not going to do it. He's going to take the win tonight. Jamie Knopf's going to come home in 2nd. Burns going to bring her home in 3rd. A good finish here tonight between these guys here. Full throttle.
Yeah, very good night.
Right. Word in with some of these guys.
Bring up Burns for me.
All right.
Hi, JP Burns. You get a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, 3rd here, and, you know, you were running pretty good towards that last half of the race. Talk us serious.
Yeah, if I had another 30 laps, I think I may have got Jamie there. Made some adjustments in the pits to help loosen the truck up because I was tight on the first half of the race. And it seems like they, paid out.
Now, did you have a set of tire?
I did, yes.
All right. Was he going to use them if you needed to?
Yeah, if it, one of those things, if there was 20 laps left, 30 laps when the caution came out, yeah. But if it got any lower than that, I was just going to hold on to them and hope for the best.
All right. Well, man, you did get here tonight at Bristol. You got anybody to thank here?
Definitely my team, Elevated Esports, for giving me the contract run with them, and Martin Sports for the sponsorships, and, Victory Fuel as well.
Well, there you have it. 3rd place, JP Burns.
And doing a good job, too. Bring up old Coy and let's get a word with him.
Hi, Richie. You get a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, big winner here at Bristol. You started pole. You finished right where you started. Talk us through it.
Well, Bristol's either a good race or a bad race because things happen so quickly here. But I was fortunate to stay up front all night. Track position is so key here. Not having to pass and deal with a lot of cars, at least until lap traffic becomes an issue. But I think we got max. Well, actually, I got 2nd in the stage win, but good to Michael on that one. He got the stage win. We move on to the next round. We made it through this one with a win, so we'll take it for sure.
Absolutely. And, you were out front the whole time. When you're cutting through the lap traffic like that, how much does your nerves go up?
Depends on who the car is. I mean, So you got to go, and it's going to be what it's going to be. You just hope that they do their job of keeping it straight. I always tell lap cars that it's not your job to get out of my way. It's my job to get by you without running into you. But they have to at least keep a straight line, and they all did a great job tonight. I can't thank everybody that was out there doing all that stuff. So honestly, with the guys here at the Full Throttle Sim Racing, we don't usually have those kind of problems. So I'm usually pretty good with everybody that we run with.
Absolutely. Well, man, before I let you go, you got anybody you'd like to thank here?
I got to thank Victory Fuel for being on board for me this year, sponsoring all my race series here. Martin Sports, Fury Motorsports, my teammates Michael Blackner, Tony Solari, our new sister teammate with Joey Flanagan, Pepto Joe, so and Brody Hanna, who was not here tonight, but I got to thank them. We had a good, I think we all had a good piece tonight. Michael ended up third or fourth, I think fourth, so he had a good run. Got to thank Tony's mom and dad for watching the broadcast. Hopefully they're watching it this week. And thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. Can't wait to watch it back tomorrow night.
There you have, folks. Your race winner, Richie Coy.
Yeah, it did. Dominating fashion. We'll bring up old Jamie up here. Jamie, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, he was able to muster up a pretty good finish here tonight. Was there maybe anything you could have done to run down old Coy up there?
Now, I kept burning my right front off, and in practice, everybody kept spinning out, including myself. And so I made an adjustment to the truck to tighten it up a little. And then we didn't get a lot of set of tires or lots of sets. And so I didn't have time to make many adjustments. And that first run to the stage, I wasn't too bad. But then I pushed harder when I had the lead on the restart. And then I burnt the right front up, and Richie was about to pass me, and the caution come out. And I said, well, I'm just going to leave it like it is and just, pace myself a little bit. And he beat me out of the pits. And so I just rode behind him, and then it would just get tight the longer we ran. So I needed probably one more caution and maybe take a swing, get the adjustment there for the long run. But I thought I was going to be all right with about 40 to go. I was just riding, and I said, I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little closer because it'd probably take 15 laps, to make a pass if you are faster. And so when I got up there a little bit, it just started pushing real bad on entry, and I just couldn't do anything. And he started pulling away from me then.
Wow, kind of interesting. Most guys were talking about earlier being a little loose. We did see some trouble in the turns, though, and whatnot. So, hey, it's good to see. Man, had a good finish, had a good truck tonight. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Team Connie Sim Performance for the setup. It was really good. I shouldn't have tightened it up before the race started, but if I'd have just ran it like normal, I'd have been a little better. But Richie's really good also, so congratulations to him. And thank everybody at Full Throttle for the lead, and you guys for the broadcast.
There you go, Jamie Knopf, man, putting her up front tonight. Corey, typical Bristol. Saw some good action tonight. Pit strategy. Guy getting out front, dominating. A bit of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good one.
Well, there's your Full Throttle Motorsports guys here tonight under the light Bristol Motor Speedway. That man there, Richie Cole, put it in victory lane. Before myself and everyone, have a good night.